Airlines are the worst thing on the planet, face of the planet.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, TSA and all that stuff is just a bunch of garbage.
It almost got worse.
It's absolutely worse, especially during COVID. It's like, oh my God, dude, like what are these guys even doing? And they're all just pissed off and they talk to you like you're garbage. It's like, dude, I paid $200 something for this flight. How could you just talk to me like this?
We were going, I think it was for a funeral or a wedding or something like that. And they were supposed to have this closet or cubbies or something. I brought like a suit, right? But because it was such a short trip, I couldn't really sit there and iron it or, get it dry clean. So I had to make sure I kept it. So I had it on my carry-on. And what I did is I folded it over nice and neat and I stuck it. I didn't want to stick it up in the thing because I didn't want it to get wrinkled and just be sitting up there. So what I did is I folded it in half neatly and I stuck it under my seat, which I thought you could do because you're allowed to have a bag or something.
Yeah.
Dude, the hostess gave me such a hard time. Like, she grabs my suit from under. She's like, you can't have that here. I'm like, what's the point? Well, so I can have this big-ass bag, my big-ass book bag with my laptop and my camera and everything else in it, but I can't have my suit folded neatly underneath it. It's not sticking out. It's not in anyone's way. I don't understand what the big deal is. She just grabs it, no joke, crumples it up. Like, it wasn't even, she didn't even try and lay it. She literally grabbed it, threw it in the container over, shut the container, and was like, and just walks away.
Like, how can they treat people like this? And you're paying them. You're paying them. It's crazy what they can do to you.
I was so speechless. I was so like, did that just really happen? And I was so pissed. I was about to get off the flight and just take my shit and go. But luckily, another hostess came up to me after I complained and took it and went up to the front and put it into the captain's closet and let me like leave it hung up on. I'm like, and then I told her, I was like, thank you so much. But I asked earlier if I could hang it in a closet because I know that they have specific closets for passengers to hang stuff in. And I was like, I don't see what the big deal is. And she's like, oh, it's not a big deal. Oh, it's fine. I was like, well, that's not how I just got treated by that other woman. Like, it was just crazy. I thought
it was a big deal. Like, it's crazy flying as a musician in an airline.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Because it's like they're supposed to be able to use your instrument as a carry-on.
Right.
You're supposed to be able to carry it on, put it overhead.
Yep.
It's just like it's a law that they made a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, granted, we kind of fly cheaper airlines, but still, it's like always a hit or miss. It's like sometimes you go through and they're just like, "Oh, excuse me, sir, we have to charge you for that." And it's like, no, you don't. It's my carry-on. They're like, no, we have to charge you. That's going to be $60. And then every time, once they say that, you're handing them $60.
Yeah.
But you're just going to go through this argument and be like, dude, I the past 5 flights, I didn't have to pay anything. Then they're going to charge you and they're going to be like, oh, now we have to gate check it. That means they're going to put it underneath. And you're just like, no, that's my $1,000 guitar. And you're not just going to throw it around. That's going on the plane. You just charged me $60,
Right.
And it's just crazy to me. And then sometimes it happens on the same flight between 2 different musicians. Like, it'll be like Dom carrying a cymbal case onto a flight.
Right.
And be like, no, this is my carry-on. And they're like, no, and they'll charge him. Be like, oh, you got to pay $60. And then here I come, 5 minutes behind him, walking out with my guitar. They don't say a word to me. Let me just walk right on.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what was the difference? Why'd you charge him and not me? I don't know.
Yeah, and then also,
crazy. Like, what is going on here? Where is the miscommunication? And where is my, where's the base that I can use to be like, no, you can't charge me for this?
Right. Where is the actual facts to say this is what we allow this, and can we just stick to it and keep it consistent? That's all I'm asking.
Just being like,
consistency.
no, we're not allowing you on the plane unless you pay us.